Good afternoon. Today I will discuss Chapter 2, Conducting the Initial Consultation Appointment. So this chapter talked about what it would look like during your first initial appointment. What happens? So that was Chapter 2. So during your initial visit, what happens is the therapists educate themselves on the current and historic events, meaning that they explore the file. They talk to you about historical events that brought you to therapy. They introduce their role within the organization there. They explore time frames, discuss confidentiality, services provided. That's a must. They're also assessing for issues and challenges. They ask the client for ideas of what would they like to see in therapy services. So this is really summed up in one visit, and one visit can take anywhere from maybe 30 minutes to an hour. But it's just discussing how therapy would look and just doing a introduction. Also, they talk about confidentiality, because a lot of people are skeptical about therapy and just wants to know who can access their files. So Dr. Flores Carter, Chapter 4, the biopsychosocial assessment, medical social work practice in primary care chapter, talked about what a biosocial assessment really looks like. And it's the beginning. It's when someone begins therapy. It assesses for the biological, physiological, and social factors that contribute to current events and problem and changes. The phases of this assessment is one, to build rapport, because we all know to build rapport, we built that buy-in, and it's most likely that people will show up for services. Two, knowledge of resources, because if you have to outsource and send a client, link a client to outside services, we want to be knowledgeable about that. Supportive interventions, and interventions are anything that can change the behavior or resolve current issues. Time management is also needed, because it's a time frame. Therapy is not long, a long term. It may be a program where it's just short term, but we just want to be mindful of the time management of the time that you will be in be receiving services, and the time to overall conduct the assessment. Patient self-disclosure and need for immediate crisis care. So it could look different. Someone can walk in and say, okay, I would like therapy services, and you can start the initial consultation there. Or it may be where someone walks in and say, you know what, I need immediate help. So these two options are going to look totally different. And there's also a spiritual crisis, where someone's beliefs is being interrupted by maybe an issue, a challenge, or something. So that's really important to understand as well. And the last phase that they talked about was self-care. Self-care is so important, no matter what field you are in, no matter who you are. That's just investing that quality time in yourself, doing something that makes you happy, to relax, to get your mind off everything else. So to sum it up, Chapter 2 and Chapter 4 kind of went hand in hand, because they did talk about the initial consultation appointment, and Chapter 4 talked about the biopsychosocial assessment. So I enjoy both chapters, and thank you very much.